bitches.
What the fuck? What am I doing here?
Ethan, you look a little different.
I was hit by transgender rays.
You got some surgeries
I
over
was
the weekend,
transgendered.
mama. Bitch. Welcome back to Cocteau Twins. This is episode 38.
Yeah.
For a little special surprise, I decided to bring Miss Iris on the podcast. So welcome.
It feels amazing. I've been here since episode 1. Since before episode 1.
Yeah.
When it took you and Ethan months to get the shit organized.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very correct.
Happy to be here.
I'm so glad. Before we get into it, want to do a land acknowledgement. I'm going to do a land acknowledgement every episode. Also, I think I mispronounced it last time, so I wanted to apologize. I wanted to apologize in advance. But sorry. I just wanted to pay my respects and our respects to the traditional owners of this land and pay respects to elders past, present, and emerging. We are currently podcasting on and currently residing on the land of the Warrawong and Boonwurrung people of the East Kulin Nation. Mm-hmm. Sovereignty was never ceded, always was, always will be Aboriginal land. White Australia has a black history. Let's talk about it. Wake it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. I just wanted to have Iris on because, bitch, we be referencing you on the podcast. Like, we talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, oh, yeah, we know this doll. We know this fresh tilapia. So, you know, I wanted to give the people a little taste.
Yeah.
A little bit of the TS fantasy, mama.
I'm trying to get an edit.
Yes. Yeah, somebody please edit our girl. We can get a bit into, like, our history, I guess. So yeah, we probably like officially became friends. Like it's probably been like 3 years.
I think 3.
But then we knew of each other for a while.
A long time.
It was just about like actually meeting up and kicking. But then
do you want to mention how we met?
Yes. Oh my God. So, okay, Iris and I, like we were people of topical interest.
Yeah.
We
in
were
the East Side.
Yeah, in the East Side. Shout out East Side, represent.
Yeah.
We were like kind of like teetering on the fashion scene.
Yeah.
Iris is like, you're a very sickening and talented designer, so she was already there. I was just somebody that was like infamous online.
Yeah. But I was in year 12 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like very different.
Yeah. So then we got added into this group chat with a bunch of like people who were all just like flops, except for your sister, of course. And then I
think my sister had mentioned me in the Snapchat group chat, and then everyone was just like, "Oh my God, add them.
Yeah. We need them.
Yeah,
them. We need
only
them.
Only they.
Yes. It was pre-TS experience.
It was pre-TS, babe. Yeah.
So that's how we knew of each other. This group chat ended up flopping because everyone in there was literally just like a social climber trying to get big in Melbourne, which is just so like, you know, it was not giving. And then, but then we stayed in contact.
Yeah.
I think I could like the moment that you started talking in the group chat, I like could recognize that like you were a bad bitch. I was like, out of everyone in this group, like I want you.
Shut up.
I want you.
I want you. I want you.
I want you. So then, yes.
I showed up for you.
I showed up for you. It was my life. It was my life. So yeah, then when the first time we like properly hung out was Iris had a birthday party.
Oh.
It was a Twilight movie marathon at Cinema Nova. Like you got in there at 8 p.m. You left at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
We watched every single Twilight movie.
Yeah.
Fell asleep through some of them, but like, you know, got the whole point. And then by the end of it, I was like the last one standing.
Yeah, the last one standing. And then we went and got breakfast
Yes,
afterwards.
and we got breakfast and then we kikied. But like, I kind of get it. Like, I feel like a lot of people like so many people who came were saying like, oh, like, sorry, like I have work. I can only stay for the first movie.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, like sitting and watching movies is what I do best. Like,
Oh, I do that for a living.
yes, I'm a multidisciplinary artist, and one of those disciplines includes sitting and binging movies. So, well, yes. So then since then we... Oh, did you forget to turn your phone off? I thought you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, mama.
Wait, is it this one? Yes.
yes. So then since then we stayed friends, and then I would say in the past 2 years we got a lot closer, which I'm forever grateful for.
Me too.
Love you, Pookie. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you are like one of those people that is like so one of a kind.
Oh, shut up.
There is no one like Iris O'Connell, mama. There is absolutely no one. Like, literally, look at this doll. Like, come on now.
I feel the same way about you, babe.
Oh, thank you. Do you want to talk about a little bit of your Latina background?
Oh my God, my Latina history.
Her story.
Okay, so when I grew up in New South Wales, shout out Yarramalong.
Period.
It's like 3 hours out of Sydney. It's like this tiny farm town. Like, if anyone in the audience is from Yarramalong.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I moved with my family to Chile, to Santiago, when I was 7.
They made Chile a country.
Yeah.
Wake it up.
Wake it up. And I lived in Santiago till I was 14, and then moved with my family to Melbourne, and then I went to high school here.
Yeah. You were overseas, like you were in Chile for like so long.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was talking about this with you like the other night, but like it would have had such like a massive effect on like your worldview, and like, you know, you're not just like some basic ass white bitch, because you had the experience under your belt.
The Latina essence.
Yes, the Latina fish essence.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I think that's great. Like, yeah, I feel like I know a couple people who have had to like live overseas for like due to like their parents' work and stuff. I always like wondered what that was like.
Yeah.
Because even like my first boyfriend when I was in high school, he lived in China for like a massive chunk of his life, and he was like half Turkish, half Australian. Him and his family lived in China for years and years, and then when like him coming here, I'm like, wow, like it probably would have had like his experience growing up versus my experience just growing up in Melbourne my whole life. It's like so different, even though he's white. I should have gone to China. I should have been in China. I was meant to be in the video, actually. I was meant to be in the video. Like, bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any sickening stories from Chile?
Oh, mama.
Oh, bitch. Iris went to Lollapalooza.
Yes. I went to Lollapalooza in like 2017.
Bitch.
I saw Melanie Martinez,
Girl.
the guy that sings Riptide.
Vance Joy.
Lana Del Rey.
Gag.
I was 2018. How old was I? I must have been
2018. You would have been
14. 2004. Shout out 2004.
Yes, 14.
Yeah.
14 years old at Lollapalooza, mama.
Watching Lana Del Rey. And I went with my family, so I went with my parents. And by like 9 p.m., I was already tired. So they went and bought a balloon with a string on it so that they would remember where I was. And I left. My sisters went into the mosh for the weekend, and I fell asleep.
And I know she get the best of me.
I literally fell asleep.
That's
to the
insane.
weekend at Lollapalooza in 2017.
That is so cooked. And you're here today, and you're still alive.
I'm still here. Guys, I'm still here.
I'm just like trying to like envision this like picture of like you with like a balloon like wrapped around your head. Like, yeah.
But Melanie Martinez was iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get your hair looking so gorgeous the way it does? Is this all natural?
I don't understand. I I just wake. I like.
Oh.
I just wake up.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
fucking woke up like this.
Yeah. Oh, is that bad? Guys, is that problematic?
Bitch. You have super gorgeous hair. I feel like a lot of people in our friendship group are like have like naturally curly hair. Like you, Mason, and then my sister Jack, and then Sam gets a perm. That fake ass bitch gets a perm. But like, I mean, like me, for example, like my hair, when I was growing up, my hair was like dead straight.
Yeah.
Then when I started dyeing it colors, I think that's when the hair started like weakening. So then it started going like slightly like wavier and stuff. And then now it's kind of like, because I've cut so many fucking insane layers into it, it's just like whatever. Yeah, it's gone a little crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
always loved your hair.
I've had a very interesting hair journey.
Spill.
Hair story.
Yes.
Hair story.
Hair story. Well, yes.
Because my hair was straight until I was like 16. And then it got a bit wavy. And then I tried to grow it out. And then I bleached the whole thing. And I was doing scalp bleaches for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But okay. I wanted to try something different with my hair because I was like, girl, it's like white.
Yeah.
It's been white for years. I need to try something different.
Yeah, your hair was like, it was like a platinum, like
Girl.
white blonde. Yeah.
Yeah. Mom.
Yeah, I remember.
I
I remember you.
I tried to put color in it, but then it looked just ugly.
Ugly. No, wait, like the red.
No, this
The
was
red
before.
was
It was like
gorge.
low-key peachy pink. Oh, this was before the red.
Okay, yeah.
And it was disgusting, so I had to re-bleach all of my hair to get it off.
Yeah.
And then that was just the start of the end. My hair just died.
Yeah.
So then I like got a lot of it cut, dyed it red, and then it kind of just like washed out to my natural hair. So now I'm all natural.
Yeah, all natural.
Natty babe.
Yes. Well, yes, you look super gorgeous as you do.
Thank you.
Iris is my daughter.
Yeah.
As well. I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. This is true.
Yes, she has been adopted by me.
Thank you, mommy.
And yeah, oh, you're so welcome, sweetie.
Thank you, mommy.
Yeah, I feel like our friendship has like when it started, it was like sickening.
Yeah.
And as it continued, it just became even more incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like having you a part of my life has like helped me in like so many ways. Taught me a lot about not only you but myself.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel the same.
And it's like, and this is the thing, it's like the POC like trans solidarity. There's like so many things about our lives that we experience so differently, but like we still can have an understanding of each other, especially when it comes to like dating, and you know, just even like family and like pressure and things like that, and socializing
and gigs.
And
Gigs.
And gigs. Well, yes. And tricking but yeah, like I think I wanted to have you on because this is the perfect time to converse about all these things. So yeah, let's talk about feeling othered in society.
Okay. Yeah.
If you would like to begin.
Let me have a little sippy.
Oh, shake that cup, bitch. Shake the motherfucking ice in the motherfucking cup.
Okay.
Bitch, you love this soundboard.
I love it.
Period.
Damn, wait, I don't want to start. I'm conflicted.
Okay, I can start.
Okay.
Well, basically I was like thinking about the conversation that we were having when you were telling me how like you started to really become kind of like more aware of like your transness and like other people perceiving your transness, right? Yeah, and I think it's really interesting, like I guess that whole idea surrounding how other people perceive us and how much it affects us. Because I feel like, you know, you compared to me, like, I mean, I'm confident, but like you're a confident ass bitch. Like for real. I feel like you kind of like exude that energy, like you know who the fuck you are, and like any room that you walk into, like, you know, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And I think that people recognize that, and that's why like people gravitate towards you. Like, doll, you have so many friends. You have so many friends while like I literally like sit in the fucking corner like scheming and plotting and like scratching at my skin because I'm so like anxious. But I think you have that energy that's like very inviting, and people like really want to like know you, you know. To know you is to love you, or to love you is to know you.
Yeah.
But then I feel like with me, my experience of like walking into a room, like, or like walking into like an institution like school or university or whatever, I already like immediately, like it's like a reflex I have in my brain where like I just sort of immediately feel as if people are like looking at me,
Yeah.
people are like judging me, people are talking about me to their friends, especially in like crowded spaces, like even like at like Cinema Nova.
Oh.
Oh God. And like just like clubs and things like that, and like bars. And I think that like those insecurities that I have stem from the fact that like I know that I'm different to everyone.
Yeah.
Being in like a predominantly cis, white, straight space,
Yeah.
like I always feel excluded before I've even been given an indication that I'm excluded, you know?
Yes,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
So I feel like, and it's interesting because like, you know, you're white, but then you're also slightly Latina, and at the same time,
I'm just going to preface, I do not accept this narrative. This is an inside joke. I do not claim to be Latina. I have never claimed to be Latina.
Miss Selena.
Just putting that out
just
there.
to preface.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little joke, our Latina fish, but like you're white, but then like you're also trans, but then you're also like extremely fish. So then it's like I feel like your experience of that is similar to mine, but then also completely different.
Also different, yeah.
Right.
I think that the like idea of going into a space and having the assumption that people are judging you before you've even got evidence to be judged, I feel like that comes from a coping mechanism, right? Of like wanting to, like feeling more comfortable assuming what other people think about you, so that when, like, because obviously there's an assumption that they will always feel that way about you.
Yeah.
When you finally get the evidence that it's true, you're like, oh, well, I already knew that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. It's like you're already setting your expectations so low so that when you're disappointed, like, or when people don't exceed those expectations, you're like not disappointed. Yeah. Totally.
And the worst part is that like it's not coming from, you know, the idea that other people don't like you. It's coming from the place of like you are different from other people.
Yeah.
You are less valuable, less worthy than other people.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I feel like for me, I don't really consider myself a confident person. I think, I mean, but I like who I am.
Yeah.
You know? And I think, you know, a lot of people may be able to relate to this, like specifically trans people, but I feel like I spent so much of my life not knowing myself, not necessarily hating myself. Definitely there are moments. But like when I realized that I was trans and then when I started living my life how I wanted to, that sort of joy that came from that, like nothing else will top that, you know?
Yeah.
And
baby, you want to get topped? No.
Oh.
No. Oh, my phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it's complicated because there's so much nuance to it, and I think as a basis though, you know, life should always be about self-love first.
Yeah.
You know? And it's hard, but I feel like the more effort and the more work that, the more times that you remind yourself of your power, and the joy that you bring into other people's lives, as well as the joy that you have for your own life. Yeah. It's only going to make your life better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real. Thank you, daughter. Period. I think that term is very interesting, the one that you said about trans joy. Because I feel like as a trans person, like there's like the trans joy, but then there's like also like the trans misery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you wanted to talk about the different facets of that,
Yeah.
you definitely can.
I mean, I feel like the sort of issues that come with being trans, whether it's dysphoria, whether it's being othered, you know, these are things that happen to us like every day. And I was talking to June about this. Shout out June.
Shout out June. Shout out the doll. The OG.
And, you know, she mentioned the like essentially like necessity for trans people to have a kind of God complex. And like kind of an overconfidence, you know, that you're the most interesting, gorgeous person in the room. And that any room you walk into, you're like sort of not necessarily above everybody else, but you know.
But the gag is that you are, and that is exactly what you are. Like you will always be the most interesting, the most beautiful, and the most funny, and the most intelligent, always.
And I feel like that's an interesting way to sort of maybe sublimate like feelings of being othered into being different in a good way.
Yeah, like
you know, like
exactly.
you are different than other people, and that's not necessarily that doesn't need to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, trans people, especially Black trans women, you know, will always, or like have always had, like, a way harder time than
absolutely.
I have, you know, and many other people have. And their experience of being othered is generally has the possibility to be so much more violent.
Yes, and dangerous.
Dangerous. So I think it's important to mention that when we like have these conversations, you know, like being othered or feeling dysphoria, like, or whatever. It's not always about like, I went to this house party and people didn't talk to me because I'm trans.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, while that feeling, it does still hurt.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Like water off a duck's back, truly.
Yeah.
Also, I just feel like people who like already are like too stupid to like recognize like your worth and your value and your beauty and like, and also just make you feel like you have to prove yourself to them. Like in what fucking world? Like literally, like, and that's what I mean. That's why the bitches always flock to you, because they see you and they see your strength and they're like, I need to hit that. Like, let me pass that blunt to me. Let me hit that. But like, no, I completely agree with that concept that like, even though like to be different is like a good thing. To be different, like you have so much. There is so much like joy and power that you can have in that.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, like we all are so different in so many ways. I think we have a semi-unique experience where our differences are extremely visible. And affect us every day because of their visibility. You know, but I think you know, people shouldn't always be the same, and we're not all the same. And I think it's important to remind yourself of that, you know, like you as a trans person or as a POC person, if you go into these spaces, you know, you're not necessarily, I mean, sometimes, bitch, people are just,
people are nasty chop.
But a lot of other times, like, you're fine.
Yeah, you're just fine. As long as you like, you know, you have people that, you know, recognize you for who you are and respect you and love you. That's like all you need. Because even like, like I think about this a lot, like me being like non-binary identifying and like getting like misgendered all the time in like by the general public, or, you know, when I was working and like working jobs and stuff like that. Like, I don't give a fuck. I feel like I used to really give a fuck, but then I was like, you know, these people are complete strangers. Like, their opinion holds no weight to me. And like, I know that the people in my life who I am really close with, who I consider my family, my close friends, like, they all know who I am. They validate my identity, and that's all I need. So yeah, like, I think that for me, for me as a non-binary identifying person, being misgendered is the least of my fucking issues. I recognize that being cis passing is a privilege. But I think that as like a trans woman or a trans man, it's like it's very different.
Yeah. I mean, I will say like, I don't give a fuck either.
Really?
No.
Oh, gag.
No. Like, I think generally, like, at this point in my transition, anyone that sees me and like wants to call me a man or like refer to me in any kind of like similar way,
Yeah.
it's not true.
Yeah. Like, you know the truth.
Not true.
That's your narrative, and if that's your narrative, then speak your truth.
Well, like, it's like it's not even like, oh, I was just misgendered because like, like they didn't know. It's like the only places in which I'm being misgendered is people that are transphobic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, I don't need to like let that affect me.
Yeah, or like have to prove yourself to a TERF or a trans.
No.
Yeah. Do you feel like as a trans woman, like, do you feel like you kind of like value like feminine things, like hyper feminine things over like and like really reject hyper masculine things?
I think there is definitely something to say about that. You know, like so much about gender, like whether you're cis or trans, is about performance.
Oh, absolutely.
It is like about whether you're socialized at a young age to like specific things, do specific things. Like it's all performative, and
gender is a performance. Period. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with that, like a lot of trans people are obviously going to want to, like use gender in a performative way because that's what gender in many ways is.
Yeah.
I think it's also important to remember, you know, like you don't have to change what you like or things that you do or ways that you act just because you want to abide by like a gender performance. I understand that while gender is performative, like ultimately, you know, the life that you live, who you are, is way more important than any sort of gender or any sort of way that someone's going to
absolutely
like, associate you with something.
Yeah. That's a very, very good point to make, that like whether you're cis or trans, like you will always be performing your gender.
Be yourself. Guys, be yourself. What the fuck?
Like, you know, and the things that you let other people perceive about you, or the things that you do, the clothes that you wear, like, you know, the kind of values and the personality traits that you have, like it's all to construct an image surrounding your gender, right?
Yeah.
Like, I find it really interesting because then, you see cis people like hyper masculine, like gym bros, looks maxing gym bros, or like, you know, super like hyper feminine, like conservative, like women of God, like, you know, who love baking and I don't know, like Nara Smith or whatever,
Totally.
like that Mormon, like kind of like, so I kind of think about that like whether you're cis or trans, you're always performing your gender in a way. And these people bitches need to stop just being themselves.
Yeah. Honestly, one thing that I did realize like last year was that this is like such a minor thing, but I used to play sports all the time when I was younger.
Queen.
Babe. It was crazy. Listen to this timeline.
Is that why like they put a ban on trans women in sports?
Yes,
because you were winning all the medals, babe. You were getting platinum like Olympic gold medals.
I played soccer for like 5 years. I did rugby for 3 years.
Bitch, not rugby.
I was a wing in rugby. How crazy is that?
Gag it.
And in high school in VCE, I would wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym before school.
Girl.
And then go to school.
Girl.
How crazy is that? At the gym for like an hour and a half.
That is so gaggy.
And
that's why you got those thick thighs, honey. Well, yes.
Yeah.
And that dump truck of an ass. Okay, bitch, baby got back. Let me fucking tell you something about Iris Mama.
Okay, let's not talk about this on the podcast. I draw the line. I've drawn the line. Enough.
Tell my bitches with a fat ass. Anyways.
But when I transitioned, I kind of like stopped all that because I had like generally a misogynistic assumption
Right.
that to be feminine was to like not be active.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Um,
You said women are lazy. Period. Like it seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Like the fuck. But I
hold the mic like
okay. Like this.
yes.
Okay. But one thing that I started last year was that I joined a futsal team.
Period.
I do futsal now every Tuesday. Shout out Unreal Madrid.
Period.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic of course.
I was goalie, but then I got
Bitch.
too scared and I couldn't do it anymore.
It is scary.
It's really scary. Balls flying in your face.
You shouldn't
babe.
be doing social activities with balls flying in your face. Well, there goes your social life. But yeah, no, I think that I think when you come when you I feel like when you start transitioning versus when you're more comfortable in it, it's a lot easier to like kind of let go of that pressure that you feel like
definitely.
society has on you that in order to be recognized or validated as like a woman that you have to do like these things that are linked to femininity.
Yeah.
In the same way that like for society to validate your gender as like a man, you have to only do like masculine things. So I feel like when you grow more into yourself and become more comfortable with who you are, then like that kind of dissipates and then you just allow yourself to be you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that the idea like is very interesting of like the concept of being trans and wanting to pass as like a cisgendered person or wanting to be recognized as a trans person.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of trans people have very different like opinions like regarding that and what they prefer.
I think that it's important to remember that like any trans person's desire for how they want to live their life, what they want to do to their body is their business.
Period.
And like it's not beneficial to any conversation to sort of put down a trans girl for doing what she wants.
Absolutely. And it's not up for debate either. Like, you know, I feel like, like whatever like surgeries, whatever medical things, like whatever any trans person needs to feel like themselves and feel comfortable in themselves, like needs to be treated with the utmost respect and validation. You know, I'm so sick of like people trying to like control trans people or just society and like and telling trans people like how they should be, that they need to act in certain ways, that they need to do this. It's like it reminds me of like how like that whole concept surrounding like people of color that like in like a white centric society that their existence is only seen as like valuable if it benefits the society in some way. So like a lot of like POC like people have to kind of like perform or like have to be doing sports or like making music for white people to really support them and get behind it because they are benefiting these white people in a way. I think it's also similar with trans people that like trans people have like such a ridiculous pressure on how they have to act within our society in order to be accepted. You know, like you have like when you think about the trans people who are like the most popular or like put in like promoted in like the news or like being shown as like a representation of trans people. Like you think of like I don't know, like Dylan Mulvaney and stuff like that. And everything she has to do in order for her to be respected. Yeah. And for her to be validated in her gender, right? It's I
have so much respect for any trans woman that gets in front of a camera.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I think it's and talks about this shit.
Yeah.
Because like, oh my God, like especially with Dylan, the amount of shit that I see in those comments every single day.
Girl. Yeah.
It's so messed up.
Even when she is like the utmost perfect, like example, like she dedicates her page and her like you know, personality to like being kind and like all of these things and just being like a perfect like, you know, kind of like
role model,
role model, right? And she still gets shit on. Like, you know, it's like, at the end of the day, like people will always have a bone to pick. People will always have some shit to say because they're fucking transphobic as fuck, you know? But yeah. And then also I feel like when a trans person does something wrong, people will take that shit and run with it. Like they will use any opportunity they possibly can to drag down a trans person and also use that person to generalize the rest of the trans population being like, oh, all of them are like this.
Yes.
It's like that bullshit fucking like, like with the like all gendered bathrooms and the arguments that like, you know, transphobes try to argue as to why like trans women shouldn't be allowed in like in female bathrooms, and they say this bullshit of like, oh, like because like trans women are like trying to like hurt women and like all this bullshit. It's
or
like
oh, I'm a woman, like can I go in the bathroom, like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so like, you know, trans women just want to take a fucking leak.
I guess I'll just piss on the floor. Piss on the floor.
Like, bitch, I'll piss on the fucking floor. But it's like that whole thing. It's like, you know, like just like pulling bullshit excuse after bullshit excuse out of your ass, and it's like, you know, like that whole like everything deep rooted in that is just a hatred for trans people and like a inability to recognize or see them as real people and real human beings. Yeah, you know, it's like like even back in the day, bitch, we had them segregated bathrooms like the fuck because like literally people of color couldn't shit in the same spot as white people. Like it's crazy, right? And like I hate like whenever anyone tries to argue that like a trans person can't do something or shouldn't be allowed to do something, it actually makes my blood boil because I'm like, watch them do it and watch them do it a million times better than you ever could. Yeah. Like literally.
I think when it comes to transphobia, it can get kind of complicated because my first instinct is to just be like, don't listen to it, like just ignore it. Like it's not valid, it's not true, so just don't let it affect you. And I think that's very important. But I think it can also get messy with that, especially in the worlds that we live in, and just how like the possibility of all of our privileges that we have just being taken away from us around the world. Yeah. You know? I think, you know, not sort of engaging in an argument with a transphobe is good for your well-being. Yes. But, you know, and obviously, you know, you can't always change a transphobe's mind.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think for ourselves and for our future and for the future of, and for trans youth. Yes. We also have to play an active role, you know? Yeah. We can't just hide from the shit, you know? Yeah. We can't just let it not affect us and then just assume that like we'll be fine and that our lives will continue to go on, because if we do nothing, then they win. Then they win.
Absolutely. I think it's so important to just like, you know, to, if you really feel it in your heart, to stand up, you know, and know that like when you stand up for yourself, like you will always have people that support you and like will like agree with you, you know, and stand in solidarity with you.
Yeah. 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 I mean, like obviously, you know, being from Australia, like I think when it comes to our politics or when it comes to issues, you know, we always look to the US and we're just like, or at least we're not like that. Or like we like sort of obfuscate all of the valid issues and things that we can actually change in our country.
Oh, absolutely.
And are just like, oh, well, at least it's not like, just like that. Yeah. I mean, like the sort of upcoming election in Australia, I think like, you know, I've been getting a bunch of like fucking flyers and things from like the Liberal Party and fucking Clive Palmer with some crazy like transphobic shit. Like,
like
The-
transphobic fear mongering.
I think it was the I don't remember.
Like a bunch of people got flyers in their mailboxes from this like conservative ass like
It
what
was like
is
a
it?
Christian
Like Christian
council.
council part, like Australian party or
Yeah.
whatever, and like it was like just this bullshit of like, oh, your tax money is going towards gender reassignment surgeries. I'm
Yeah.
like, babe, take every dollar, take every dollar. Like that's exactly where I want my money to go, mama. Like yes, like let's get the girls their titties, like let's get the boys their bottoms. Like come on now. Like that's what I want. So it's like, yeah, I'm like, y'all picked the wrong house to like y'all picked the wrong house to send this flyer to.
Yeah.
And you know what's really funny? Those flyers, they put a bunch of them in Brunswick.
Yeah.
In heaps of Brunswick mailboxes. And just for some context or information regarding that, Brunswick is like a
Brunswick is Bushwick.
a lefty ass like progressive like suburb. So
Yeah.
it's like the people that they're targeting, baby, they were targeting the dolls.
They were
I'm like-
targeting us.
Like you're putting this in like a trans woman or a trans man's mailbox. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
well, like literally in a trans man's mailbox.
yeah,
Cody.
yeah. And Cody was actually really iconic. Shout out Cody.
Love you, Cody.
Because he lives in like a unit, he took all the flyers out of everyone else's mailbox so that they wouldn't see it, which is really fierce. So I commend Cody for that. You know, trans joy,
Trans joy. Always trans joy.
trans joy. But yeah, like, Australia is like, this is the thing. Like, I feel like you're so right when people really minimize our issues by saying like, oh, thank God we're not like the US. But in a lot of ways, like, people actually are.
Yeah.
Like,
because
yeah.
like there was a bill about taking away abortion rights in Adelaide, no?
Yes.
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 Like not even a month ago or 2 months ago.
Yep.
Maybe
Because
that's
they it's like monkey see, monkey do. Like the Australian government looked to the US and they're like, okay, like what the fuck are they taking away? Let's take it away as well. Or like let's attempt to.
Yeah. And like
yeah.
parties like Clive Palmer's party and One Nation and shit. Like they specifically target Trump supporters in Australia
Yes.
to get Trump votes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
all that's doing is turning like a Trump presidency in like an Australian country like into something like Trump's presidency, you know? Like
yeah. And trust and believe, if Clive Palmer is back in office, babe, like they are gonna reinstate the white Australia policy,
Oh
and
my
my ass
God.
is gonna get deported to Indo. So
don't go.
I'm sorry, babe.
Don't go. I'll come with you. I'll come with you. Please. Please. Stay.
They're gonna put my family and I on that fucking boat and ship us away. So yeah, I think it's important as like an Australian person to be able to recognize that like so many of these phobias, so many of these issues are still very prevalent and still exist in our society today. It's very important to have an awareness of that and know how to act accordingly with that too, you know?
And like it's hard.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy and you take breaks when you have to. But I think as a basis it's just really important to know that you can like make a change.
Yes.
You can like
I'm gonna make a change.
Like
Period.
I don't know, like you have more power than you think you do.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Also, I feel like the younger generation are the ones that are making the waves, you know?
Bitch, how old are you?
No, well, like
The younger generation.
yes, us, like in our like our age.
I thought you were talking about the
bracket.
14-year-olds.
No, oh yeah, the 14-year-olds fighting me on TikTok
They're
in the
making
TikTok
a
comment section,
change.
mama. No, like us, like, and you know, like us showing up to things, like, and like advocating for things, like this is like what gets the bitches talking to our parents about it, like clocking our grandparents at like an Easter family lunch, like
best believe I am
trust
saying
and
many
believe,
things at
like,
the family
oh
function.
baby, you'll be giving them the tea as fantasy, honey. So I feel like it's very important to make your voice heard, and you know, rally against these evil, debaucherous things and people.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like, what was your experience with like your like coming out to your family? Did you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, I think it's like might be actually beneficial for people to hear. So
Period.
I came out well, okay, I'm going to do that long story. So growing up, I really didn't feel like a deep connection to my parents, especially my father. And I think I knew that I was attracted to men when I was like 12.
Queen.
It was early, babe. It was so early. But and
Who was your like cartoon crush or like your first crush,
my
celebrity
first crush?
crush?
Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf.
Girl. Period.
Bitch.
That's a good choice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
But that like came off of a basis of assumption that they wouldn't accept me with with who I was.
Yeah.
Um,
A Teen Wolf stan.
a Tyler Posey stan.
They're like, not even Ian.
What about Derek? Allison. Yeah. Wait, was it Allison? Is that right?
I think so. I never watched it, but I always saw edits on like Tumblr and stuff like that.
It was iconic.
Yeah. Anyways.
But I mean, it wasn't until because I came out as gay. In like 2019, 2020. And I had a conversation with them and they told me that they were fine with it.
They're like, that's fine, I guess.
And I was like, wait, are you sure? Like I was fully ready to like pack my bags. I'm not even joking. And then like in 2021, I think when I was in high school, like when I was in year 12, I think I thought I was non-binary.
Yeah. You thought,
I
and you thought wrong, baby.
I thought I was non-binary. I did. I really did.
I was a victim of the 2020 non-binary apocalypse, mama.
I shaved my head and everything.
Bitch. Girl.
But it was really interesting. Like, my parents were some of the first people that I told.
Gag.
And, like, I was ready for that. They didn't understand it at the start. But
what's your pronouns?
Darling, I just don't get it. I don't understand. What do you mean pronouns?
Non-binary.
Wait, are you transsexual? Are you transsexual?
My child is of the non-binary persuasion.
His pronouns are they, them.
Bitch. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I told them, and then like I think it was like a 6-month process, you know, of like telling them, you know, like I kind of want to wear this now, or I kind of want to change my pronouns. I want to change my name. You know, like these were all things that I spoke to them about first, not because I felt comfortable in what they would say or that they would accept me, but I just wanted to challenge myself to be more open with them.
Yeah.
And that like was so empowering for me, but also really made me realize that I was lucky enough to have parents that did support me and that I could be more open with them and I could tell them more things about my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could be more myself and I wasn't going to get hate from them.
Yeah.
It was really incredible. And I think like, I understand that that's a very privileged position to be in, like no joke.
Yeah.
But if you do feel like that's something that you feel comfortable doing or that's something that you feel ready to do, I think a lot of us have so much internalized homophobia and internalized and transphobia that really keep us from thinking that the people that love us really love us.
Yeah.
And love us regardless, you know? And in many positions, like the truth is that if you were to tell your family or your friends that you were gay or that you were trans, a lot of people would maybe not understand it immediately, but would love you enough to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody you love is trans, period. Somebody you love is gay, period.
Oh, sorry. I mean...
Somebody that you love has avoidant attachment style.
This is true.
Yeah, this is true.
This is true.
Yeah, no, that is like, I'm really glad that your family, like, you know, they have so much love for you that, you know, love trumped everything.
Yeah.
Oh, not Trump.
Oh,
Not Trump, but like that word, like, you know, love, like, really pulled through.
love conquers all.
Love conquers all. Yes,
Yeah.
period. And like, you know, and now you have a relationship with your family where like you can live as a woman. Like, do you feel like a woman?
Only
Thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. And like they can love you and accept you and keep growing with you, like,
Yeah.
and keep being a part of your life. And
Yeah.
I think like that is so beautiful. Like, and that is what every trans woman and every trans man, like every gender non-conforming person as well, like that is what they deserve to feel, to have a family that may not understand them at first, but
Yeah.
will grow and learn to understand them because that's
Yeah.
how much they love them.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
period. Oh yeah. Did you want to talk about your celibacy era?
Yes, I want to talk about my celibacy era.
Iris and I, like, we are scissor sisters through and through.
Yeah.
We love sharing cock on Grinder.
Yeah.
That's the real tea. Yeah, we both did our time on Grinder in horny jail.
Yes.
But we have since broken free.
I've broken free as
Prison
well.
break, mama.
Yeah. It's been really iconic, actually.
Yeah.
well, because it was kind of gaggy. Like, I hadn't been celibate since I lost my virginity.
Queen.
I was having sex like every week. And then I got into a
Bitch.
relationship. And then I got out of a relationship. But then I was having sex every week.
Yeah, that was like a moment in history, like your little relationship 1-2.
Yeah.
Your little relationship.
Your relationship
1-2.
2-1-2. Okay. Yeah.
Bitch.
So much love.
Our group chat, like literally with Mason, like every week, like you guys,
You guys.
like leaving leaving a man's house, you guys, like, you know, missing a sock, you guys, like literally
Help me find it. I can't find my sister's hoodie.
you guys, like we can't find the condom, like you guys, like yeah, like yeah, I feel like when you start having sex, especially from like that moment you lose your virginity, you want to have sex all the time. Like when you actually feel it and experience it, you're like, holy shit, like this is what they're talking about in the movies. This is what they're talking about in the songs. Like, sex with me so amazing. Or like, I want to put you in 7 positions for 70 minutes. You get it, babe. Like, literally, like, so I think when you start having sex, you become so like your primal feral instincts kick in.
Yeah.
Your breathing kink instinct kicks in.
Yeah.
And then, oh baby, and we know about breathing and boots back, bareback, the house down. But then once you really grow accustomed to it and sort of realize like, you know, same old, like, you know, once you've ridden the horse a few times, which I can say so for myself, the town bike, baby. They don't call me anal girl for nothing.
Me neither.
Anal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not
because
anal. What
we're
the
Christian.
fuck? What the
because
fuck?
we're women of God.
Oh.
But yeah, so like I feel like once you really get used to it, then you're like, okay, like mama, like what is this? Like it's whatever.
It's kind of whatever now.
Yeah, like it's old and it's tired.
Yeah.
You know, celibacy is in. I actually am in full support of just being celibate and like not giving your whole to like any Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Well, it's actually kind of incredible sometimes. But I don't want to come on here and then be like, celibacy is great, you shouldn't have sex. Like, this
is like,
celibacy
baby.
is coming from a long period of struggle and pain for me.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
I need right now in this time in my life.
Right now.
Right
now.
here,
Yeah,
right now.
Exactly.
If you have the ability to have sex with someone that cares about you or someone that doesn't care about you and you just want to have sex, you should do that.
Well, yes, you know,
If you want to.
free will, whether
Yeah.
you have the will to change or you don't, that's so fine.
Yeah.
But like, I think that like, I mean, you and I and our experiences with dating and the types of men that like approach us and the types of men or just people that like we attract, like very like there are so many similarities, you know, like
it's pretty funny.
chasers love the dolls
Yeah.
and chasers, like Asian fetishist chasers love the Asians.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we are, mama.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. Even I remember June was telling me on her Tinder, she had a picture of her and I, and she got dozens and dozens of messages from these men being like, who's the Asian chick? Like, we should threesome with the Asian chick. Like, so many people would reply to June's profile because of like the photo of like that she had with me. I was like, mama, in what fucking world would we give a man that experience
Oh my God.
for free?
For free.
Like, bitch,
Girl.
you better be paying top fucking dollar. I better be going to Nobu Crown Casino. Like, let's talk about it. Like,
Crown.
the Ritz,
Not Crown.
the Ritz Carlton,
Not Crown.
the Ritz Carlton. Like, come on now. I was like Siglo rooftop,
Yeah.
like drinks all night,
Yeah.
like Ubers paid for all night, cigarettes scabbed all night.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, you know, these men, like, they're so like relentless.
Yeah.
So relentless. And this is the thing with men as well. Like, when they really want something, like they will go, like they will do what they will get it by whatever means necessary. Like, absolutely. I also thought it was so funny. I remember when you were talking to these two guys and then they both you sent them both a photo of yourself because you were going out that night, and they both messaged you, two completely separate men, saying the exact same message.
You'll turn heads tonight.
You'll turn heads
You'll
tonight,
turn
I'm
heads
sure,
tonight.
mama.
It was very true, and it did occur, so they were correct.
Yes. You do have that head turning
Je ne
type
sais
of
quoi.
je ne sais quoi about you, you know.
I'm very humble, so I would never say that about myself.
But yeah, you're like, oh, but I do accept the interpretation.
I do accept the
Yes.
the translation.
Yes, the recounting
well,
of the truth.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's like, I feel like, casual dating is fun, but then like when you feel like you're not getting what you want or what you deserve out of it, like you should just quit.
Chop, literally.
Absolutely.
Chop.
And I feel like, and I talked about this in previous episodes, but like whatever love I felt like I lost from any old relationship, like situationship, whatever, I gained back in tenfold from all my relationships with my friends and my family, like friendships and like, family relationships, like, so important to tend to those and like strengthen those.
Totally.
Those are like bonds that you will have for life. Like, like you are somebody that I will have for life, you know? And you know, literally like you in comparison to some tired old dick, like bitch, please. Girl. You know who I'm going to choose every time, mama.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, yes.
And it's actually kind of crazy. Like, been 2 months. Wait, which one is it?
The crash?
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, the applause.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, 2 months of celibacy?
2 months of celibacy.
Period. Wait, but didn't you tell me the other week that you were talking about it like it's been 2 months, it's been like 2 weeks?
No. I said it had been, I thought it had been a month and it had been 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's like, actually, fuck. And it did take time, but actually,
time flies when you're having fun, babe.
And I've actually felt really fulfilled, and I'm actually not lying. So
you're telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Period.
I think that like so much like of queer experience, trans experience, anyone that's attracted to men has a lot to do with validation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or validation is something that we all struggle with, and validation from men.
Yeah,
but,
and seek out in men. Like, that's the tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, in that vein, like being off dating apps and being celibate, going to these sort of like house parties or the club and knowing in my heart that I'm not going to hook up with anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm not even looking. I'm just focusing on my friends. I
not
think
looking.
It's been like really lovely to not have that. To not feel like I have this sort of like hole in my chest that I need to fill through validation.
Or like an insatiable need for
like a craving.
Intimacy or like sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like honestly, I don't really like crave sex so much nowadays, but I crave I crave being held by someone.
Yeah.
I miss that. And baby, it's getting cold.
Yeah.
It's getting cold. I swear, last night when I went to sleep, I wore like 6 layers of clothing.
Yeah.
I was like, Mama, this is too cold for me.
I need a boy.
Yeah, literally. But I feel like it's like, I do miss that feeling. But also at the end of the day, like being able to hold me while I sleep at night is a privilege and an honor.
And also being able to sleep in your bed alone.
Yeah,
and
period.
not have some guy sitting next to
Some sweaty, snoring ass man. Bitch. I remember, oh my God, I've slept in beds with so many guys who like profusely sweat in their sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, there's like a solid wet patch in the mattress, like it's indented, babe. Like, or like when you wake up and you're feeling his chest and it's like completely wet and it's not squirt, babe. It's sweat.
It's not squirt.
It's sweat. It's not squirt. It's chocolate.
It's chocolate. It's chocolate. Yeah.
But like, yeah, so I feel like, yeah, that is like definitely one thing that I feel like sometimes I miss. But then also it's like, I think of the sacrifice that I've made and I stand by my choices.
Yeah.
I stand by my choices,
Me
mama.
too. Me too.
Yeah.
And I think like, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm never going to have sex again. It's just like I just need a moment.
Yeah. And if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
If it comes, it comes.
Yes, and when it comes, we'll be coming, mama. But yeah, we're still trying to organize our Wet on Wellington play date.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, very soon,
Our
very
kiki
soon.
kaka.
Yeah, maybe we should do like we'll do a mini vlog.
Yes.
We'll do a vlog.
Oh my God. It's like, babe, don't bring your phone in.
Yeah, no.
It's like, it's not my phone, it's my camera equipment.
Yeah. Have you seen those like videos on Reels of like the guys who like it like they get interviewed after leaving like the Russian
Oh my God, the bathhouse.
bathhouses, and then they're like, oh, it
Yes.
is just such like an invigorating experience. Like my heart has been opened. Like
It's been filled.
yeah, it's been filled. Like, oh my God, no, I love those videos.
Yeah.
Like we need to have that.
I think that would be
experience at
amazing.
Wet.
Yeah. I honestly,
yeah.
I don't want to do it this week.
Yeah, we can do another time.
Let's do another time.
Yeah, let's do
birthday.
another time.
Birthday moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the day that this podcast episode gets uploaded is going to be the day of your birthday.
Hey! 21.
Yes, this doll
21.
is turning 21.
21.
You know, every year a trans person gets older is a year to celebrate. Period. It's a blessing. It is always a blessing. You know, we are so blessed. I am so blessed to have you in my life. And I recognize that. I literally wake up every day knowing that you're alive and my heart is like, it swells 3 sizes.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God, like the Grinch.
Yes. Well, yes, like the Grinch, you know, like literally every day is a birthday where you're alive. So
I love you.
it's always a gag. It's always a gag. And yeah, I'm so excited for your birthday. We're gonna have a beer.
Yeah.
And we're gonna chain smoke.
Yeah.
Well, yes. It's gonna be a
Yes.
fucking key.
Oh, I'm excited. We could go to Misk afterwards.
Yeah. Period. Is there anything you wanted to add before the episode's over?
Oh my God, it's over already.
It's over. And I like seriously need to pee. So I'm like
I
shoving.
also have to pee.
I'm shoving my heel into my
Oh,
my bum bum
your
right
dum
now.
dum.
But yeah, is there anything you want to add?
Damn. I don't know. Like, very grateful to be on the podcast.
Of course.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Sending all my love to my trans girls, my trans boys, my trans theys, like
Period.
everyone. I love
Period.
you guys. You are so deserving of respect and love.
And your life.
Yes.
And you have every like you deserve every right to be here. Like, you know, you deserve every right to exist.
Yeah.
We love trans people.
Let's
we
turn
do.
Trans Visibility Day into Trans Visibility Week into Trans Visibility Month.
Year and
Year.
life.
And
Period.
life.
We're here and we're queer, mama.
Yeah.
Queer existence is resistance. Come on, we thins for din dins. Period. Okay, well, I really need to pee, but
Yeah, I
thank
have
you
to
for
pee.
being on the podcast. I love you, doll.
Bitch,
I love
give
you
me a
forever.
kiss.
Mwah.
I love you.
Love you so much. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you.
If you think Iris is gorgeous, beautiful, sexy, cunt, divine, gorgina, diva, please leave a comment down below, mama.
Yeah.
And somebody better make an edit of her, and that's the real tea.
Yes.
Gag it. Look at this doll. Come on now. Anyways, yeah, I hope everyone has a beautiful day. But see ya.
Wait. Morning. Excuse me. Do you shave your pussy?